Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm Den Major.
I'm Robbie. And I am Tip.
And you know what? We're just gonna lay it out for you right now. This is our 100th episode that we've done. But since Robbie didn't record an episode way back in the day, it's gonna show up as our 99th episode.
Hey, it was the
Technical
microphone.
difficulties. Hey,
I told you it was gonna come back to haunt you one day, Rob.
Sitting there quietly for a while and randomly.
But yeah, so
you guys.
this is our 100th attempt to do an episode. So how about that? But it's really going to show up as our 99th episode.
Guys, I can just take this attempt, my 100th attempt, to tell you how much I love you guys. This has just been a phenomenal journey over the last 20 years, right? Just being the closest group of guys. There are certain things I'll never forget, right? Like Forrest knocking on my door, and I open the door, and he goes, knock, knock. And I say, who's there? And he goes, not Heath Ledger. And it was too soon. But that's maybe one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard.
Whoa, hold on. This journey of 20 years, are those Japanese years? You add a zero? Because we've only been doing this podcast for maybe about 2.
I'm
So
talking about our
zero?
friendship
Okay.
years.
I'm
So appreciative of the listeners to being on this friendship journey, this spaceship into the friendship zone.
The SS Zeitgeist.
The SS Zeitgeist. Oh, that's a little Nazi for me. I don't like the SS Zeitgeist either.
Well, it's Hitler's birthday tomorrow, so you know.
Yay, 420.
Yeah, Forrest, he was still like a mass murderer. So
That's true. You know,
just because it's his birthday does not
That's a great point.
excuse.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Mass
In my
murder.
book, if you kill one person, I don't celebrate your birthday internationally. That's just my personal philosophy.
but why do they keep bringing it up though? Making such a big deal about 420? I don't get it.
Because
So,
people still like Hitler. They exist.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, some people are just pieces of work, and you know, it's gonna.
Yeah, they're
You know what we should all
like to
do?
get
You know what we
high.
should all do for the 100th episode? We should try to find Hitler and go on a suicide run and kill him. What do you guys think? We should kill Hitler.
Argentina? I'm down. Let's go.
All right.
Can we-
let's all
Yeah,
kill Hitler.
it's pretty. I'm pretty certain that his ass escaped, dude. You know what I mean? Like he was like people love that guy.
Oh,
People
did you-
were like
oh,
killing
I
for him
just-
and shit.
I
And then
found
he
this
just
out 2 weeks ago.
dies.
Do you know that we
Whoa,
never
whoa, whoa, whoa.
recovered
What'd you say,
Hitler's
Tip?
body?
You say he died? I didn't know he
No.
was sick.
Fuck no, he didn't die.
Sorry, I still had joke of Norm Macdonald. He was like, we should kill Hitler, and the guy's like, he's been dead for 80 years. He's like, oh, I didn't even know he was sick. So rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.
Oh
That's
my
one.
god! I love Norm. Oh man.
That's one death we should not be celebrating.
Yeah, we should.
Norm
Warn.
Macdonald.
Tip, there is a amazing 10-minute montage of Norm Macdonald talking about Hitler and accusing people of being Nazis on YouTube, and it's so good. It's so classic Norm Macdonald. But like he'll just be interviewing a guest, and then he'll just being Norm Macdonald, being that brilliant comedic genius he is, just turns on Hitler. He's like, "Oh, so you support Hitler now?" And the reactions from the guests are so good. It's. I highly recommend checking it out. If you like Norm Macdonald, definitely look up his Nazi montage.
Well, he just goes that Hitler guy, he was a real jerk. Just sort of down.
He was a real jerk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has this running gag
Exactly.
on his podcast where he just goes he talks about the serial killer who would kidnap people and chop off parts of their bodies while they're still alive and then eat them in front of them. He's like, this cannibal guy was a real jerk.
So for those who don't know, you have to
I love Norm.
know Norm Macdonald. It's a stylistic humor as niche as Wes Anderson or Mitch Hedberg.
He's basically a guy who did not let PC culture get him down.
Yeah, I mean, when me and Norm were growing up, dude, we just had some really great times out there, and
Yeah,
I really got to know him.
I remember the first podcast you guys did, Normal and Weirdo. That was phenomenal. You guys check that out on Spotify. That's a great.
Tip of the norm, right? That was just tip of the iceberg, tip of the norm,
Tip of the norm.
tip of the McDonald. So Mandalorian.
That would have been a cool.
Yeah, I was about to hard
So-
transfer.
Oh, hey,
Guys.
and I got notes for this.
Yeah, there was
In
a new episode of Mandalorian that came out today. We're doing it fresh. We're doing it the day.
We're doing it
before.
fresh. We're doing it live. We're gonna get it.
We're
out
not
in a
waiting
timely
like
manner.
2 weeks to watch it.
I just
No,
watched it like an hour
Like
ago.
we didn't wait like 2 weeks to watch it like Robbie likes to do, but
Yeah, I'm like Forrest, who just doesn't like to watch. Doesn't like to watch the last episode at all.
yeah. So
Guys, let's get into it.
yeah. So this was like an action-packed episode. I don't think it was as good as the last one,
Let's
but
do overview first. Yeah, I want
Yeah,
broad
so this one-
overviews. Forrest,
this-
you like it?
right-
You don't like it?
it was good. It's not. I mean, there was only like 3 good episodes of this season I liked, and this was one of them.
Hey,
Um,
that's like 30. That's like better than 33%.
But like, yeah, I mean,
That's not
5
good.
episodes.
That's
5
definitely not
episodes. 5 episodes. I thought were pretty meh. Some more than others.
All right. What about
but-
you, Robbie?
Where would you put it? Top 3, top 5? How far out?
I think this
I would
might
say
have
this is
been-
like maybe like top. This is like the 7th out of all my favorite episodes because like pretty much like most of season 2 and season 1 I liked. Pretty much all of season 1 I
yeah.
liked a lot.
But this,
Yeah, I
actually,
really
this
did
is
like
pretty
season
memorable.
1.
In season 2, I
Right.
think most of the episodes in season 2 I liked. I think, but season.
It really picked up.
This was not as good a finale as last season's finale. Would
No,
y'all agree with that? Okay.
I would agree with that.
Mhm.
But I did.
It had
like-
some cool scenes.
I did
It
like-
was. I don't think it was even as good as the previous episode. Would you think that this was better than the last episode?
I did. I thought this was. I was surprised by.
Well,
it,
it's
by
called
your
The
statement.
Return, but there's no return.
Yeah,
in
what's
this
it?
episode?
Who's
'Cause they-
returning? I guess Moff, but Moff returned last episode. I agree.
They'd
with that.
already returned in the previous episode to the planet. Moff
Yeah.
Gideon returned. So I don't know what the return was in this episode. It was like the return again, is what they should have called it. Or I thought,
It's,
I thought
it's
Luke,
all the fans returning to see the last episode. They watched the first episode.
I
It
thought Luke was
sucked.
going to come back.
They
and
all
just, like,
left.
do a sex
And this
machina
is the return.
again.
Is all the customers. Is all the clients coming back. All the fans.
Well, is
That's what-
Luke going to
that's what
come in
Disney
and be
sees
like,
as customers.
Grove, you're using the Force mouth like without a license, so I got to take you in.
You know who I don't want to return is this director, Rick Famuyiwa.
Nailed it.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just being incredibly
Disrespectful.
Floridian. Sorry with the last name. That's not Smith or Parker. But here's my thing. Terrible directing. I think this could have been such a better episode. It's a good episode, but it could have been so much fucking better. But here's my thing that really pisses me off about Star Wars directors, whether it's this Rick guy or Rian Johnson, okay?
Or that Morty
Why-
fella.
Why? Why the fuck do you think you're better than Star Wars? Okay? Star Wars is Star Wars. Don't fuck with Star Wars. Put your own little spin on it, put your own taste on it. That's cool, right? But there are certain things in Star Wars that are iconic that Star Wars fans love. It's a hit of dopamine. It's that rush of nostalgia that we all appreciate and love. There were 4 to 5 different semi Wilhelm screams during the jetpack fight scene. Not full on Wilhelm screams, but semi. I'm watching it, and you know what I fucking want?
Okay.
I want a Wilhelm scream. Exactly. I want to. Yeah. No, I don't want your fucking Rick Famuyiwa. I don't want your fucking whatever you think the Wilhelm scream could be.
And they
want
all
the
better
goddamn
sound
Wilhelm
exactly
scream.
the same.
Yeah,
They
dude,
had-
no terrible. So like,
He had
I'm
two-
saying, Rian Johnson thought he was better than Star Wars. This Rick guy apparently thinks he's better than Star Wars. And I'm telling you guys, you're not. You're fucking not better than Star Wars. Taika Waititi's not better than Star Wars.
He
Okay?
had to reinterpret the Wilhelm scream for modern audiences.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Returned.
The Wilhelm scream is the Wilhelm scream, and anything else is a tragedy towards Star Wars.
Yeah, well, I think the dogfight was definitely one of the most impressive pieces of the episode.
I've got thoughts about that too. But let's get into that. Let's start.
Well, we
the
got
order.
we got to.
I got some notes. Rob's got some notes. We started with Bo and Alex, or not Alex, Axe.
Axe.
Sorry, the Star Wars equivalency Axe on comms, right? And Axe is like flying.
we,
out.
we were right. Axe did fly all the way to space in the.
He did fly all the way to space.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So
Why
you
do
were
the
right.
jetpack suddenly
they
have
were just
so much
like-
feet?
Hold on. How fat is Jon Favreau? How fat is Paz Vizsla that he could fucking fly 100 yards with his jetpack without his jetpack breaking to save his son? But lean, mean, axe woven machine can fly fucking straight up into the atmosphere, like without any issues.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems like now they have to little Mandalorian now because I'm pretty sure they're like over 200 rooms in that giant ship they crashed. So I guess it worked out.
Maybe
Because
they
I was
were
like, those
just-
people's homes.
Maybe they were just practicing all day on that episode when they ran out of fuel chasing the dragon.
Oh, fuck it. I
Or
love it.
using
And
corn
Ken-
fuel.
No, it's good enough. Star Wars, hire Robbie and let him write that one sentence into a comic book. And that's canon. I'm done with that. That's perfect. Robbie, mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. Canonically, I'm happy inside now.
There we go. Make everyone
There you
feel
go.
better.
But
you,
that
thank you,
dogfight was great. Bo-Katan had the dark saber and the armor just had.
Oh, dude, the Bo-Katan just like jetpacking behind someone and just stabbing them through the dark saber, like stabbing with the dark saber through the chest.
Good thing she didn't drop it. I just felt like like hold on, we can't attack her. I gotta find it.
Hold on, that would have been a cool scene, right? Like, she's fighting someone and she drops the dark saber, and then it's like a bunch of Mandalorians try to like fight and grab it, but they're fighting the other things, and the armor grabs it at the very end, right before the dark saber's lost, and she chunks it back up with her fucking pitchfork or whatever. That would have been cool. But right, yeah, there's no problems. The only person losing shit this episode was Moff Gideon, who got just everything got taken away from him.
His clones,
But let's get back into it. So
his dignity, his skin.
Bow and Axe talk about Moff, and then we cut
I got
to Mando fighting the guards. What do you got, Raw Force?
Yeah, I had dark troopers led into a bomb. That was something they did, because just
Right?
like every shot they're shooting at them, it's just bouncing off, and they're just
Wait, dark? You mean the Imperial Orients?
The Imperial Orients, yeah.
Yes.
Imperial
They're not
Orients.
dark troopers, Rob. The dark troopers were like the robots from last season.
Those are
No,
the.
isn't that what they called it?
No, they're they call them anything. Well, the dark troopers are the robots in black.
Oh,
the
hold
guys
on.
in white are the
No, I'm
Imperial
pretty sure
Orients.
he actually said
I
Dark
think so.
Trooper, even in the recap.
Yeah. So Dark Trooper
I don't watch
3
recaps.
or Dark Trooper 4 was
Mark
from the
3.
last episode. Mark 3, yeah. I think this is the upgrade to the Dark Trooper, which is regular
Yeah.
Trooper and Beskar. I know what you're saying, Forrest. and
Maybe
I
that's
understand
why you
what Robbie's
mentioned
saying, and I think I've seen enough YouTube videos to connect the two together.
But they weren't even like in black armor. So it seems
No,
like
they
called
weren't.
dark troopers.
I'm sorry. Are you expecting Disney Star Wars to respect Star Wars canon even from the previous episode?
Well, I guess they can't call
Side
them.
Dark
I guess they can't.
Troopers. I see what they're
This is
doing.
director by director, okay? Let's just blame Rick Famuyiwa and because he doesn't know black from white, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they were dark troopers or dark
I
troopers.
guess you can't call them white troopers.
So there's no consistency between episodes.
None. There's no
That's-
consistency. John
that's
Favreau.
really
Oh,
low
they could have
quality.
called. They could have called them super troopers.
Super Troopers too.
Well, the
I'd watch
episodes
that.
also keep changing storylines.
There was a Super Troopers 2 mage. Nobody watched it.
I didn't watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
I didn't watch
haven't
it either. No. Or it was
Well,
like
have you
that.
seen Boondock Saints 2? I haven't watched that either.
I did. Don't.
Don't. Okay, yeah.
You don't
No,
miss anything.
don't touch my
Uh,
childhood, you fuckers.
Um,
I'm on Team Robbie. I'm anti.
but going off a tangent real quick. The guys who made Super Troopers just made like a new movie called Quasi, and it's about it's like a parody of Hunchback of Notre Dame, like Quasimodo.
Dude, those guys are the
That's all I
funniest
know.
fucking people. Like
I've only seen Super Troopers though.
so they made this Tacoma PD or Tacoma FP or Tacoma
Oh yeah.
FP, where
I haven't seen that.
it's the cast of Super Troopers and Arena 911. They're playing firefighters. No, it's really good. It's a solid sitcom. I would highly recommend checking it out before you rewatch.
I think I've
Seinfeld
seen
for the
it
100th
off
time.
and on TV, but I've never checked
Yeah,
it
no,
out.
I love it, dude. It's like right there next to me. It's like it's a different kind of comedy than Angie Tribeca, but I think it's on TBS. I think it's on it's not TBS. It's on different stations, but it's good comedies that no one's ever heard about.
I'm thinking that the new Rangers of the New Republic, is that what it's called?
Old
Or what it
Rangers
was going
of
to
the
be
New
called?
Republic?
That should be the comedy workplace sitcom, the Star Wars. I think that
Dude,
markets.
how good would an under decks? What is it called? Lower decks? What was the Star Trek thing?
Yeah, Lower
Where it was
Decks.
on- yeah. Do a Lower Decks with Star Wars. That'd be great. Have them on like the original Death Star. You can have a whole episode about these guys trying to unionize and create rails. Like the whole thing like writes itself.
All the characters look the same.
Yeah, right.
They have a cameo from Ian McDermott.
They can save money on actors.
That's true. Just
Do you think,
just get D. Bradley Baker to voice them all, like they're doing Bad
Speaking of
Batch.
cloning, do you think Hollywood's gonna become so woke that the clones are gonna start becoming diverse?
What do you mean? That's what,
Like,
that's
it'd
what
be
the
like
Bad
ga-
Batch
like
was.
gay,
basically.
like gay clones.
Not gay clones.
Do
I'm
you
talking about no. I'm talking about like ethnicity. I'm talking about like you
I think-
clone a white person, and then you have a black clone for your diversity hires in the storyline.
Well, I think what we all want to know is, did Moff Gideon make his clones' wieners bigger or smaller than his? Because does he want them to be bigger just to overcompensate, or does he want them smaller so he can still be the dominant one?
Hold on. Are you talking?
Or
That's
did he
a
even
great
get
question.
wieners at all?
Does
So they couldn't even
Luke
procreate.
Skywalker force choke his own dick? That's a great question.
Well, I better not use the robot
out.
hand. Otherwise, he'll rip his dick off.
Rip it right off. But guys,
Oh,
alright,
yeah.
so Mando fights the guards and he escapes thanks to Grogu. Rob, right?
Yeah, Grogu saved him. Like,
No,
Finally
no.
using
no.
that.
No.
I gotta say that Grogu's
IG-12.
like has absolutely no security in
Yeah,
that robot. Like
IG-12.
literally, he like any guard could shoot him in the face.
He's so open faced. But
He needs like a glass protective shield or dome.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That
The
thing.
last thing I want in the Mandalorian is for the other main character to also have his face covered. That would just be ridiculous.
I said glass dome. Glass dome. You can still see
Glass
through
dome.
it.
Oh, I like a glass dome. Yes.
I mean, you
sir.
got
Hey, what-
windows on. You got some windows on the spaceship. Just put like a window in front of Grogu to protect him. So
What were you saying, Robbie?
you talking about when he was in his little pod?
In the IG.
yeah, in the robot.
Or while he's in
He
the
was
robot?
also very exposed
'Cause
in the
he's
pod,
just,
but
yeah, it's
specifically
just
we're talking
open
about.
in the.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just seems
it's
like he needs
just
some.
open,
He needs
yeah.
protective.
Yeah,
barrier.
well, I was wondering what the glass cover you were talking about.
But if,
Well,
no, if
he
you put
needs
a glass
one.
cover on it, that would be cool.
He
Oh,
one
I see
because
what
he's
you're
too.
saying.
He's
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
exposed.
Well,
So-
not anymore. Spoiler alert. IG-12 RIP. I'm gonna take a sip for that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, Mark II.
What do you guys think about the
Mark III.
Mando escaping so quickly?
Mando what? Escaping? I was sort of disappointed. I thought that, like Moff Gideon was going to take his helmet off, like to humiliate him, or just to.
So I
But
heard
we didn't
that
see
theory,
Pedro's face.
I heard
Oh.
that
Yeah,
theory
you didn't
online,
do that.
and Pedro Pascal has complained, or there's been rumors of him complaining online that he wants to show his face. However, if he shows his face, what does that mean for season 4? We gotta go back to the.
He
waters
lives
of
there now.
Mandalore.
He can take his helmet off
It's
whenever
like,
he wants
oops,
because he lives there.
sorry.
I gotta take
Oh,
a
so
quick
now
bath.
we're on Catholic rules. We just sin whenever we want to, as long as we fucking go back on Sunday and rewash ourselves pure.
Apparently, the rule is they just have to bathe in the.
There's
Waters
a
of
sex joke in
Mandalore.
there about not using condoms and not using protection, taking your helmet off. I'm not gonna.
They can like it's only safe if they both have their helmets on, but they're naked and fucking through a sheet.
Yeah, fucking through a sheet.
Fucking through a blanket of Beskar. I don't know.
Hey,
But hey, one thing I wanted to mention. Notice
before Robbie mentions
what's
that,
his
I wanna make
name
a-
was.
I want to make a
what's
dirty
his
joke. I
name
want
was
to make a dirty joke about having sex with a black guy, a black Mandalorian. Do you think he calls his penis the dark saber? Okay, now you go, Rob.
That was my joke last week.
Well, I'm stealing it, much like
Okay.
Ford steals all of his jokes from Comedy Central.
Or Norm Macdonald, yeah. So
yeah,
we also-
Rob, what were you saying?
What's his name was looking at the map and he said he escaped because he's watching
Yeah,
the
dude.
map of the.
He was so
Yeah,
casual.
are they tracked right now? Do they have a tracker on their armor?
Yeah, they're tracked. And I like how Grogu was
Or
green.
is it like
So all the
the
dumbasses
camera
knows it.
sees them, so they put a dot on the map?
I think they're tracked.
well, I
they're being
think what
tracked
bothered
right
me
now.
more was that he called him the Mandalorian, even though there's like literally 200 Mandalorians outside. So it's just weird that he
Whoa!
calls this Mandalorian the Mandalorian.
Fuck you,
Why didn't you just call
Forrest.
him Din
That's
Djarin?
an excellent
Yeah,
observation.
Din
I hate
Djarin.
that so much. That's
Since
an
they're all
excellent observation.
Mandalorians now.
They're all
He's like-
Mandalorians.
He said
He
that.
might
He,
even be
should,
a
if he
so
said
used
like
to
that
just call them
particular,
Mandalorian.
I wouldn't have been sad. He says the Mandalorian has escaped. I'm just like, don't you mean that particular Mandalorian or?
The shiny one? Yeah. The
He-
crow
But when he
Mandalorian
said
is
the
escaped.
Mandalorian has escaped, I was like, oh, there it is. That's why they call it that. So.
But here's what's so stupid, right? So let's go ahead, right? I want to break down and talk about this hallway scene. One of the best hallway scenes in Star Wars. But
Oh, dude, yeah.
We know-
I took notes of each thing
Good.
he upgraded to.
good. So Rob, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna break this down. I just want to point this out while Forrest brought it up, right? So we think he's going to go find Gideon, but he's not finding Gideon. He's finding the clones. But we see Gideon, and Gideon knows that's not where he is. He knows where the clones are. Why wouldn't Gideon fucking show up to try to, like, oh no, these 10 guys totally have it. Like, no, dude,
Dude,
I
look
would
how
show
many
up
shields
personally
he's
to
got.
defend
There's no
my...
way he could get a robot to turn him off.
Right? Exactly. There's
Like
no
every
way.
other Star Wars.
Yeah, dear Lord, right? Like, have you not been around for the last 60 Yabi years or whatever they're called? Like, fuck, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, hallway scene, amazing, dude. Action this whole entire time. It was such a
Yeah,
good
it was
episode.
so odd because he went 0 to hero on those guys.
0 to... Oh, dude, that was so good. He didn't have any weapons, and then he just had to fight, and he worked his
Yeah,
way
so
up.
I got the. So
Yes,
he went
go.
in there. He takes the trooper's knife. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he lost his knife, stabbing one in the neck. But then he falls down the hole and he tries to grab it, but he.
Oh, that's so good. He tries to grab that guy's gun, and it fucking just falls in the first level.
So
He's
then
like, no.
he gets a knife off another trooper that's on the ground. Oh, and then he gets the next one, opens the next shield, and he's got a taser stick and shield after that one.
Dude, that right shield
And then goes
is
to the next
dope.
shield and he's got a pistol.
WMD. No. Yeah.
Whatever it
That's
was, I put
Yeah.
on my notes taser stick.
It's like Coyote. It's like Wile E. Coyote. It's like the words
Just
out of
keeps
his ass.
upgrading from the Acme Corporation.
Yep. Tip. What
Like,
Like,
weapon
did
do
they
you want
build
to
that
have?
hallway for that specific?
I guess so.
Oh,
For,
man.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
we
Dude,
better
do a
give
Star
him
Wars
more.
lower decks, and the whole
if
episode
you
is just about the lack of handrails in this fucking facilities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Explosion!
I didn't catch if it was a Wilhelm. They
They weren't. They didn't do any. They didn't do any pure Wilhelm screams this episode.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I said I had an erection.
I thought
lied.
you,
I was
you
Avis
said
and Chubb this
earlier
whole
it was
time.
in the jetpack scene.
Wait, Major,
Oh,
Major, can you
The
do a
whole time,
Wilhelm
all of them,
scream?
dude. All of them. Every time someone fell, I was looking for a Wilhelm scream, and people were like, "Woo!" like some moderation of it. And it's like, dude, you're not better than the Wilhelm scream, Rick. Whatever. Like, stop trying to put your mark on Star Wars. Where you know how you put your mark on Star Wars? You create the best fucking episode of Star Wars Mandalorian possible, right? And then you have everyone on Twitter tweeting out demanding that you come back again, right? Like Bryce Dallas Howard puts out phenomenal episode after phenomenal episode as a director.
Didn't she direct the Jack Black
The last-
episode?
She directed the last one.
I just had trouble. Okay.
Yo,
Oh, my
how's
bad.
that,
Sorry, guys.
The
How's that
print just came out the
helium?
other end.
how's that helium, bro?
It's good. So,
It's
Oh
very
wait,
good.
now I lost. What was it?
So we're talking about the hallway scene.
Oh yeah, the
Moff-
last hallway. Of course you can't just finish the last one so smoothly. They got to have some kind of interruption.
Yeah.
He's getting
Well, I
shot
think-
at and stuff.
Does anyone think?
Yeah,
Moff
it was
Gideon's-
the other robot.
Sorry, correction. Looking at IMDb, it does look like Bryce Dallas Howard directed episode 6 with Jack Black, and this Rick guy
directed the previous episode.
directed the previous episode as well. Also called The Spies, which is plural, but we only met one spy. All right.
Who was the
Look in
spy
the
again?
end.
It was
the
the one at the
spy-
very beginning.
Yeah, but there's spies as plural, so who's the second spy?
Well, everyone thought the armor was going to be an Imperial spy, but
Right? Yeah.
that wasn't
So
the case.
this is perfect. This is perfect. No, now that I know this fucking asshole Rick, whatever, fucking directed the episode 23, chapter 23, as well as chapter 24, then I can just be even more pissed off that he opened up shit in 23 that he didn't close in 24.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
Maybe the spy will be revealed in season 4. So did anyone think that Moff Gideon's armor made him look like Zurg from the Toy Story movies? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe the horns.
Yeah, I
Maybe the
can see
horns on
that.
top, the cape.
Oh god, now
the
that you
armor.
pointed it out.
Yeah, I just thought about Zurg. I still haven't seen the new Buzz Lightyear movie that everyone
He
hated.
did have legs, but he
No,
was
me neither.
robotic.
Yeah, I heard
Robotic
there
now.
was a gay kiss in there, so I was like, me and China were out of here. No, I just didn't have any desire to see a Buzz Lightyear movie in my 30s.
Apparently, Zurg in that
didn't
movie's
go
the
watch
future is Buzz from the future. Stupid twist. So
That sounds like an amazing twist. Did it turn out poorly?
apparently,
Oh, that's bad writing then. Dude, if someone came up to me and was like, hey, what if I told you we're going to do a Buzz Lightyear movie where you find out Buzz
With
Lightyear
no Tim
is
Allen.
actually Zurg? I'd be like, what? I'm in. So, like,
Their
that sounds like...
excuse is Tim Allen's just the voice of the toy. Buzz Lightyear.
well, I think Tim Allen's conservative. That's probably why.
Tim Allen was Woody, right? And Tom Hanks
No.
was...
Tom Hanks was Woody,
Oh, Tom Hanks was Woody.
and Tim Allen was Buzz Lightyear.
Oh.
Just strange.
Yeah,
You would think
and
Tim
Allen's
Allen
pretty
would
conservative.
be.
Last man
You
standing.
would think Tim Allen would be like pro like legalization of
Oh,
drugs.
'cause he
is
got
like more
arrested
liberal.
for
Yeah,
cocaine.
he got arrested for going to prison for cocaine. So you would think he would be liberal in that sense. He might like own his own farm. I'm sure Tim Allen smokes weed. He seems in too good of a mood not to.
Tim Allen has enough money where he can be conservative and just live in a legal pot state. He can be like, these damn abortions while he's smoking pot.
Yeah, there's oh he's back. So yeah, Tip.
Tim Allen? Is he back?
Tip Allen?
Hey.
Oh, hey. Oh, wait, no. His marriage location was in Grand Lakes, Colorado. He was born in Denver, Colorado.
So he's very liberal.
It
Or he's
doesn't
probably
say
enjoying.
It doesn't say where he lives now, which is probably for the safe.
Probably, yeah, I'm sure he has like houses in Colorado.
Oh, I'm
Who
sure
you
he's
guys
got
talking
multiple-
about?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. I'm sure he's got multiple houses. How does Tim Allen, who is known for being arrested for cocaine, also a conservative? But I think that's a stereotype that I want to disprove right now. I mean, not disprove personally, but I just want to like dismantle this. Like, I think Republicans can do drugs too, and I'll prove this with a fact right now.
George Bush.
Republicans love the butt sex. Not all of them, but there are some Republicans out there, like Lindsey Graham, who love giving it and or taking it in the ass. So I can also see
He's
some
a taker.
Republicans out there. You think he's the bottom?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
like, have you seen the
No,
tax
me?
rate?
yeah, the way he doesn't give out anything to the lower socioeconomic class, you definitely know he's a taker.
So,
Fuck you, Lindsey Graham.
so
Yeah, like nobody likes that guy. How is he still in fucking
Dude,
Washington?
because
lied.
7-year terms.
Yeah, he lied to the American people. He lied to the people of South Carolina, of which
He lied to
I
himself.
was. He's been lying to himself for.
He's literally like, if you observe his actual behaviors and just like objectively observe and like classify his actions into a certain category of like, hey, this person's a helper, hey, this person is like a da 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 da. He is what you would label
An asshole.
a sycophant.
A sycophant,
Meaning
yes.
anybody who is in power that he can get power from, he will lick the bottoms of their feet.
He's a slimy, gross.
That's
little
a
worm.
really
great.
bad.
He
That's a
stood
great
up to Donald
segue.
Trump. He stood up to Donald Trump until Donald Trump was the president nominee, and he started sucking that dick like he was hoping it was the actual dick, like he was Stormy Daniels. And then on top of that, right? Let's go back to the election with 2020, just real fast. Supreme Court in 2016, right, or 2015. The last year before Obama was getting out, and he was not gonna appoint Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court because it was an election year, and he fucking said to the cameras, to the fucking American people, like hold me accountable, like we will never elect the Supreme Court on an election year. And that's exactly what he did 2 to 3 times in 2020. All right, so like in my opinion, I don't care if you're gay, straight, I don't care if you're black, I don't care about anything, dude. I just want you to be honest and truthful. I just need to trust you, especially if you're gonna be my fucking representative. And he wasn't. He's a fucking goddamn liar. And you know, look,
He literally doesn't represent anybody.
I'm already
but
on the
himself.
FBI
Y'all know
watch
that.
list for this guy and Lindsey Graham on Twitter. So I'm sorry to drag this whole podcast into it, but this guy's a piece of shit, and we should hold more representatives accountable.
Talking about pieces of shit, that Moff Gideon.
That Moff Gideon guy, exactly. He's the Moff Gideon. I'm sorry about that, guys.
He's the Moff Gideon of South Carolina.
He's the Moff Gideon of South Carolina.
I guess Strom Thurmond was the emperor.
Dude, fucking Strom Thurmond, dude. How can you vote against black people and then have a black mistress? Anyway, this is not the podcast. Strom Thurmond,
Yeah.
that's a great Wikipedia
He
page.
ho-
Look it
yeah.
up.
He holds the
Major-
record for the longest filibuster in Senate history.
That's right. He
Because he was
farted.
He was
farted as an old
filibustering. He was filibustering the Civil Rights Act.
Civil Rights
The
Act.
Civil
I was
Rights
just
Act,
about
yeah.
to say, dude.
He filibustered the Civil Rights Act, and then he was like, "Nah, all right, now that you guys have rights, let me."
He
get you
literally had like 1 foot in the Senate House,
rights." And then one
and, like,
ball
he was-
deep,
and the other one he was like pissing in a bucket outside. He's like, "Yeah, this is bullshit." Because he had to like, take a piss while he was filibustering, so he had to keep 1 foot in the room while he was taking the
He
piss.
took the piss out of the whole country, if you're asking me.
No. So anyway, Moff Gideon.
Moff
Pictures
Gideon.
him.
Well, hey, Hey, joke's on him because guess who? Like, you know what I mean? Like his name in history won't be what he thought it was gonna be. You know what I mean?
Lindsey
So
Graham?
like what? Oh, him, but also Strom Thurmond.
Oh yeah.
So like these guys in history who really thought they were going to be written down as somebody. Oh, they're going to be written down, but they're going to be written down as like, hey, that guy was a dick. Don't be like him. That's not how they wanted to be remembered, but that's how they will be remembered.
Isn't it great that we're not famous, so we won't be remembered at all, either positively or negatively?
Yeah,
Yay!
dude,
It's great.
I'm off for that. You guys will
So-
never remember my remarks about the Queen.
So, Moff Gideon gets in his Zerg, puts his Zerg. Well, he has like his little villainous monologue, and he's like,
bad
"Kinda like the
acting
cloning."
this episode. I did not like the acting this episode. Moff Gideon. That
Well-
was such a dumb fucking line.
He wanted his clones to have the Force, right?
You took the Force away from me, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me, dude?
not-
Just not good acting from Giancarlo Esposito, my favorite actor over the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah, This
I
isn't
wouldn't
like-
say
this isn't Gus.
he really scared anybody.
No,
wasn't
he
Gus
was a
Fring.
little pussy bitch.
Well, he's like,
I was
that's sort of his
gonna be a
character's like more like
clone
matter of
monster.
fact. He's not really like menacing. He's just sort of like more matter of fact and
Yeah.
intelligent. He's not really
Which-
like menacing.
Yeah, kind of like
Vader.
talk down to you.
Like
Bad
look,
guy.
episode or season 1, he was menacing by talking down to people, right? He wasn't like
He lost his Hitler
wasn't-
mustache.
He wasn't
Did it.
Homelander. He wasn't scary physically. Also, it would be nice if there was like a through
Oh my
line
God,
somewhere in the episode
Homelander, that's
where,
scary.
yeah, Homelander's a scary fucking person,
Oh,
right?
dude,
But
there's-
it'd be nice if there's a through line somewhere in this episode or last episode where Mandalorian was, or Moff Gideon was like, I've also upgraded the strength on the Mandalorian or on my armor packs or whatever. Because I'm watching Pedro Pascal fight Giancarlo Esposito, and the Mandalorian is getting his ass kicked by Moff Gideon. I'm like, dude, this guy's got 20 years on you. Just you should be able to physically outman this fucker if you guys are wearing the same armor.
Yeah. Well, at least it was
Especially when
finally a
he's-
fair fight.
He's all robotic. Didn't Jar
That's what I'm saying.
Jar-
Like, I just want a through line. Just a through line that says, my upgraded Dark Trooper armor gives me enhanced strength. And then I'm like, okay, that makes sense why you're kicking this shit. As a 65-year-old, you're kicking the shit out of this 40-year-old man. But
Oh yeah,
now,
they made sure you heard those robotic noises when he moved.
yeah, right.
RoboCop
It
would
was
be
never
proud.
that loud before. Does he have to like turn it on? The strength mode, I guess he has. on?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, actually, I didn't give this a second thought until you just said that. But maybe this episode or the last episode, I noticed on Moff Gideon on like his above like his heart plate or whatever, on like his left hand side of his chest,
Mhm.
he had like some digital like a red bar that was like moving like a 2019 Mustang
bar.
taillight. Yeah, you know, like the little bars that like show that he's still alive or whatever.
Oh,
you know,
I thought you meant like a
Darth
protein
Vader has.
bar.
No, not like a protein bar, like a headlight. You know how like it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it gets bigger and bigger or whatever.
Moff Gideon like
That's
takes
a
like
fair-
Quest bar. Like, these Quest bars give me superior strength, Mandalorian. Winks at the camera. So, yeah, I
And
guess
then-
his bar
oh,
do
dude,
help.
How outraged would the online Star Wars community be like, oh, Moff Gideon confirmed as a soy boy as he eats some Quest.
He takes off his
Quest
helmet. He has a
protein
man
boy.
bun on.
Dude, have we seen a man bun in in Star Wars yet?
The Man-BOO-orian. Yeah, Man-BOO-orian.
The
Man-BOO-orian. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someday. I'm sure we have. I'm sure, like, well, I mean, Bo-Katan, not Bo-Katan, but who's the wrestler chick? It's not man bun, though. That's a woman bun. But yeah.
Not John Carlos.
Well, didn't Qui-Gon
When
have
he
a
got
man
canceled? Gina Carano.
Yeah, she didn't have one. But didn't
No, she didn't have one.
Qui-Gon have a man bun?
Yes, Qui-Gon did have a man bun. You are correct. That's correct. That's good. We're good. We're done here.
Well, basically,
There were some ridiculous haircuts in the fucking prequel.
because you know George Lucas was heavily influenced by the Kurosawa samurai movies. That's why the Jedi look like samurai, and that's basically why they took the next step with Qui-Gon. 'Cause he basically he has the hairstyle and robes of a samurai.
right.
and
And
a
that's
beard.
why the Padawans had that one little rat tail. Gross.
Oh, is that Japanese culture? I guess it is. So, Yeah, the final battle, Bo-Katan comes in to help, and then Moff Gideon destroys the lightsaber. Well, remember the Praetorian guards come in.
Yeah,
We still don't know anything about them.
They're
Do
so.
we?
I know how good looking they are, dude. That is all red. That
'Cause
is so hot.
Apparently, you gotta pay a lot for them.
That is my Halloween costume.
As a
next year.
cosplayer?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. How is everyone not going in all red? That's like the most gorgeous red I've ever seen in my entire life. And like,
Well,
I applaud Star Wars for using them so infrequently because it's so satisfying.
Well, the only
when
time we
you
saw
see
them do anything was in
with Snoke,
The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
episode 8.
'Cause
with Rion
they just-
shit in my fucking face.
They just walked into an elevator in Return of the Jedi, and then I think Yoda just knocks them out and Sith. So like they don't do anything. Like they're off at their
fall
job.
over. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I wish there would be. I wish they would give.
serious.
Yeah, I wish they would give them like some backstory on with the Praetorian guards and like how they are they former stormtroopers or are they just like
you stick around long enough, and Disney Star Wars will create IP that describes their background story. You just wait.
I'm
It's
sure.
coming. Right?
it's probably been done in
years
the comics.
5 years ago, we were like, "What the fuck? How is Palpatine still alive? What is this cloning?" And then Star Wars was like, "That's a great question, fandom. Let's spend the next $5 trillion in the next 40 years explaining this prequels. This
Well, you can't
sequel.
you can't give
trilogy.
Abrams too much shit about using the cloning plot thread because they used it so heavily in the prequel trilogy.
No. If you come into Star Wars Episode 7 without a 3-movie arc, I'll give you all the shit in the goddamn world. Right? No, my heart's been broken enough. You loved Robbie. I know you loved. We all loved Lost. Right? Until the end.
Until a certain point.
My wife loved
Another
every
J.J. Abrams
episode.
movie, yeah.
Exactly.
Or show.
How long?
Oh, dude,
does
just
this
the
menace
just
of
the
society
slow
have to?
God, just the slow reveal of the hatch.
Island.
The
Oh, yeah.
hatch is so
And all-
good.
That was definitely my favorite part of the whole.
Exactly.
remember-
Oh, the first dude jizz on my fucking face. The first.
And as you slowly
several
learn
seasons.
more and more about what's going on.
Oh
in
my
the
god, the
hatch,
hatch, dude,
what's
dude,
connected
there was
to
a
it.
hatch they were trying to find, and the hatch had a giant question mark on it. It was so good. Like they moved the airplane and
Oh
locked.
god,
was
and
the-
watching it
We have to go
live, having
back.
to wait so long between
A week.
seasons.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude,
forget what
yeah.
they're even trying to connect to because
Dude,
they're
imagine
so
how
long
good
ago
Lost
they
would
watched
be
it.
if it was on a 10-episode run, right? Imagine if ABC, whatever
God,
streaming.
how many
So I guess
episodes
Disney
were
Plus.
there?
They had
Like
22,
100.
23 episodes a season, except for the writer's strike, which sucked asshole. And then they had like 7 seasons.
There's another writer's strike right now, I think.
It's about to happen. It's about to happen. Oh
so
yeah.
The Mandalorian
You-
for another 5 years.
you-
Oh
That was-
man, what about with AI?
I was gonna say, hold on. Here's my thing. What with the writer's strike? All these fucking writers are just woke as fucking shit, and they're destroying IPs of the yesteryears. What if they went on a writer's strike, and then all these fucking YouTubers with all these great theories and shit just fucking like submitted scripts? Like, what if Eric Boss, what if Ryan Airy starts making their own fan fiction to Disney? Marvel or Disney Star Wars or Disney Marvel while the writers are on strike, and these scripts are better than the fucking woke ass bullshit that the writer staff at She-Hulk is putting out. I would laugh so fucking hard to see these terrible fucking writers go on strike right
my
as
God, if some
ChatGPT
of
comes
those-
out, and
if
they get
they
rid of all
found
these
out
fucking
some of those-
woke ass writers.
If they found out like some of those shows were written by AI, that would be hilarious.
Oh my, dude, Rings of Power, dude. Rings of Power couldn't have been written by AI because it would have been better.
Yeah.
It hasn't been written by ChatGPT 2, right? Because ChatGPT 3.5 or ChatGPT 4 would have put out something better than Galadriel fucking jumping out and trying to swim across the ocean back to Middle Earth. This is a fucking dumb. Anyway, so what was happening in the Mandalorian? There was a jetpack.
So-
So I was
Bo-Katan-
looking at my notes and
yeah.
I saw a part we missed where they had that underground garden.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Hollow
Ancestor
Earth
Eye.
theory confirmed for Mandalorian.
Well,
Yeah, they thought I haven't seen plants outside the domes.
The domes.
like we just planned these for 420. Wink, wink. So
Tomorrow.
yeah, it was. You know what's
Oh
funny?
yeah, and then my next note was lots of jetpack fuel. That was
Yeah.
the note.
Well, you remember the
because
Black
they took a
Mandalorian-
long ride, all of them together. And then
They just flew straight up.
and then they had a massive jetpack battle. That was kind of cool though.
Yeah.
It was cool. It looked.
And then
so in my opinion,
and then
it looked bad.
One of them was
I
like
thought it looked really
knee
bad.
rockets.
So Bo-Katan
Remember
with the
the
knee
knee
rockets,
rockets?
dude. I hollered at my wife. Dude, she dropped down.
Dude, I had to
She slid
rewind
across,
it
she
and watch
dropped
it
down,
again
she
when
hit
I
the-
saw
she
that.
She hit with the knee rockets, and I was like, literally, I was like, oh! I was so happy to see that. That was,
Oh, dude, yeah,
that's
dude,
good.
it made me rewind. Did you?
Yeah, I
So-
wanted. Yeah, dude, she slid across. She dropped down the platform.
That was
and then
a
fucking
nice
tucked her
move.
knees in, and then just fucking boom, shot. That's the last thing they fucking see was her on her knees.
Well, we gotta talk about-
yes.
Out of
we
those
got-
knees.
We have to talk about the mythosaur in the room. Did Moff Gideon destroy the Darksaber? So
Yes.
is he now the ruler of Mandalore?
No, he's dead. He's dead.
I guess they gotta find a new trinket.
Oh, he's
Oh, dude,
not dead,
how
Major.
great is that?
When
the
he was like,
Darksabers-
Mandalorians are
Darksaber's
so
dead.
weak.
Moff Gideon is
Without
not
their-
dead. He's
Oh,
coming back.
Mandalore,
their
so we
trinkets.
they are nothing without their trinkets. And she's like,
Mandalorians
better
are stronger
together.
together.
Yeah. And then boom, shot in the back of the head. I gotta tell you what, I am.
Dude, and like all
I
those
made a
clones,
complaint.
like any of them that they kill are like, oh, you just killed the clone of me.
Ooh, yeah, dude, I made
You
a
killed the
complaint
clone in me.
last podcast or
How
the
do you
episode
know
before
you're
that.
a clone? Oh, dude,
Where-
that Rick and Morty clone
I
episode.
think I'm a clone. Now.
Oh, you mean the whole dude? That plot line got out of hand with the.
That's
the
what made it
Beth
hilarious.
clone storyline.
Was how
Yeah.
ridiculous it got.
Wait,
That's, all right,
Rob,
that's a good point, right?
do you
this
think they're
was
going to
good.
use AI to replicate Justin Roiland's voice? Or
Dude, they
new
can
Rick and
already
Morty?
do that.
Yeah,
you
no,
know
that's what
that-
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Huh?
but he should get his job back, right?
Oh,
he
you're
was
talking.
found-
yeah,
he was
yeah,
found
yeah.
innocent.
You're talking
Yeah,
about the.
but he sent text message that was kind of like
the new
weird to
seasons.
underage girls.
Man,
His
that-
reputations
AI
were destroyed.
they can make it sound like you, but they can't get the
So
like emotion right.
The,
They
the,
can get
the
your
emotion, the
soul.
cadence, and the
But
creativity.
they're getting.
right?
You can tell they're getting better and better at it, which is cool
So
and
much
scary at the same time.
yeah, they get the.
That's okay. I'm not really worried about it because, and so this is probably going to be used later for FBI records. So hi FBI, hi all the trial.
NSA.
All the
Anyone who
listeners.
mentions AI.
Robbie and I, 20 years ago when we were best friends during Lost. Thank you, JJ Abram. Fuck, never mind. I should have mentioned that.
We can't escape you.
I just gave it away. Fuck. I was gonna say Robbie and I
First
created,
Lost, then Star Trek, now Star
Well,
Wars.
all right. So I will call Robbie after this, and we'll come up with a new key phrase. But Robbie and I, 20 years ago, we watched Lost, and I think we watched like 6th Day or 7th Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the cloning or whatever. And we were
I still
worried
know all
about one
those
of us
numbers.
getting cloned. All right, and it's like, how are we gonna recognize each other? And we're like, oh, I know. We'll use the riddle from Lost. So like, if Robbie and I, we decide like when we were like puberty teens, right? We were like, if we're ever questioning each other's identity, we can ask each other, what did one snowman say to the other snowman?
Do you smell carrots?
Do you smell
It
carrots?
smells
And that's how we
like
would
carrots.
verify our fucking identity. I have to come up with something new now that's gonna be on the podcast, right? But like, so I text so last week it was reported that the first user AI, user voice generated AI, was used to scam parents. So this woman had a podcast. These guys were able to take the audio from her podcast, throw it through an AI generated machine, right? And then they were able to create a script and have that AI, who sounds like this daughter, right, call her parents and ask for ransom money, right? So
Wow.
like, these parents are paying ransom money on a kid who's not even fucking ransomed.
Dude, those
What?
ridiculous robot calls you get will get better and better.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll never pick up, guys. I'll tell you right now.
Unless they just don't put the money into
Yeah,
it.
FBI, IRS, please fucking also use this in my trial course, trial case. I do not pick up numbers I don't pick up the phone call from numbers I don't know. I don't know it. Like, you either
A lot of
if
phone
it's-
companies are coming out with like auto spam detection and stuff.
Yeah, a lot
which
of
is good, but it's not good enough. No, dude, I still like.
Yeah, I still
remember
get them sometimes.
I
but
remember
it's not as
Samsung
bad
was
as-
like, or Google was like, yeah, we have spam detection. And then like 2 days later, after that came out, I picked up the phone and it was like, would you like to buy some insurance? And I was like, fuck. this still is not good enough. So I just don't pick up the phone.
Well, sometimes that's just not blocking the call, but they mark it spam automatically.
That's true. That's good. That's a good point too. Here's my thing: if you want to reach out to me, call me, leave a voicemail. I will
Or
listen to it.
tweet us at Zeitgeist Zealots
and then text
podcast.
us or
Z-Zealots?
or
Z-Zealots
Z-Zealots
Z-Zealots.
podcast.
Dan, fucking got to
Perfect.
the plug before I could even get there. Got to the plug before I can get there. That's why I call it a bad gay date. Anyway,
Okay,
that's a
butt
bad
plug.
joke. Yeah, that was the joke. That was a bad joke.
Remember one David Tell joke is like, I don't like riding the subways in New York. I saw a butt plug on the subway. And you're probably asking yourself, Dave, how'd you know it was a butt plug? Because it fit perfectly. So, all right, so back to the Mandalorian. Moff Gideon
They
gets
had-
barbecued. Grogu used the Force.
Grogu got
We skipped a
pinned.
lot. What do you guys feel about Grogu
Yeah,
avoiding
we
those
did.
3 Imperial guards? What was that?
Oh yeah, he was like, no, and they're like, all right, we better go.
Like, shit.
Robot dad.
Yeah, so like the
Oh
Praetorian...
no.
Well, he started throwing the Praetorian guards around when they're... Well, he started, like, I think when the Mandalorian got in there, he started throwing them around.
Well,
Oh, I can't
what you
wait.
think
I'm
of
going online.
what you think of Grogu being able to run now?
No.
Well-
Okay. Are you talking about the end?
With-
Are you talking
with
about
the,
end? You see his
Where he's
fucking feet?
bouncing
It's
around like a...
awful.
Where he's, like, bouncing around like a Muppet from Team
I didn't mind
America.
the bouncing around.
Well, they have
I-
to. You could tell it's a puppet, but
Yeah.
they're slowly getting better with it.
But it's
they're
like his
slowly
legs are
getting better.
moving like the marionettes in Team America.
Look,
though.
I'm glad we're not
Yeah,
looking at Avatar where we're waiting 13 years for the technology to fucking improve so that they can shoot the last episode of this fucking scene, the series or season.
They
or
just
whatever.
wanted to keep it a puppet instead of going
Right? Yeah,
CGI.
the puppet. It was so.
Which
it
I
was so
can
great.
respect it.
I can respect it. And like, look, graphics aren't great. I watched New Hope. What's the second one? Empire Strikes Back. You watched Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yeah.
And you're looking at those AT-ATs, and you're like, they're clearly not real, right?
Oh.
They're not even CGI. They're model, right? But like, fuck it, get over it. Like that was an amazing movie from the 80s, right? Like, shut the fuck
Dude,
up.
so
This is
much
what it's
of
gonna
that
be,
stuff
right?
is all.
I thought you were gonna bring up Yoda, who
It's all
actually is a puppet with
perspective
someone's
on-
hand.
No,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, Yoda it actually is no, because I like to bring that up because when I do, I have to bring up the prequel trilogies and how they try to do CGI and the backlash and how they try to do a CGI Yoda puppet like remix.
Oh, in Last Jedi. Or...
It's just gross. Yeah, exactly. So like, what were we talking about?
Mandalorian.
Man, so episode
So,
1,
they
he says he's gonna take you in hot or he's gonna take you in cold. Dude, I can't believe I fucking remember that line. I was just joking, but I can't remember. That's a good fucking line. I can take you in hot. or
Yeah.
Well, that's
cold.
basically just like a rework of Dead or Alive. You're Coming with Me from RoboCop.
Yeah, that's
So-
Star Wars. All Star Wars is a remake of other genres in space, and that's what we fucking
But
love
it was
about
a
it.
long
Westerns
time ago.
in space. I
RoboCop
want
was
a
basically a
rom-com.
Western in Detroit in modern
I
day.
want a Star Wars rom-com. That would be hilarious. Like
We were mentioning that it's on the Death Star and all the stormtroopers.
we could do that, or I wouldn't mind a Mon Calamari and the other guys, right? Do that. You know, spend $100 billion on makeup for that if you want to. I don't care. Like I said before, Star Wars is going to transcend all genres by the end of this. Disney needs money, right? And they've got 2 IPs, right? I can't wait for the Black Widow reality television dating show, and it's like the Bachelorette, right? And then we'll have Star Wars reality television shows as well, and everything else in between.
Probably. So let's wrap this up. So they rebuilt the Forge. They reignited the Forge.
Oh,
Yes,
what
so-
about Moff Gideon dying? So
You brought that up.
well,
Yeah, he got barbecued.
he got barbecued. What do you think about? So how'd you feel in the moment? Right.
Nothing.
If Moff Gideon dies,
Yeah,
they're dead. They're dead too, right? Except because of Star Wars Celebration,
All
I know they're not
clones.
dead, and I know they're gonna have a fucking Mando movie, right? So I'm watching this shit, dude. So for a second,
It's like,
That's-
oh no!
Axel,
All right, so
Axel
what's
dips out. That light cruiser comes down. Moff Gideon raises his hands for some Christian symbolic reason and gets engulfed in fire. And for a half a second, I was like, "Holy shit! Does Star Wars have
Oh
the
my-
balls to do a Rogue One? Are they about to fucking just kill all 3 of these? Are they about to kill Bo-Katan, Grogu and
Other guy,
Pascal,
the Mandalorian.
Dude, I would get down on my knees and start all worshiping the television. I'd be like up and down, just like, oh my god, dude, I didn't see that coming. I don't know what's coming next, but like I'm all on fucking board. But they did it.
But dude, my note was like, my first thought was like, she's coming in with that tiny little shield.
Oh my god, that shield was so
explosion.
small. Yes.
And then they showed Grogu doing the actual shield.
Yeah,
and then,
like when she came in there,
boner,
like it was
dude.
gonna protect both of them, but it's so
OMB.
And then Grogu comes out with that shield, and it's
that was pretty cool though.
I got goosebumps the second time I watched it. I watched this second time all the way through, and I still got goosebumps the second time. I was like, oh my boner, OMB.
Oh man, you get to actually see some of the force power in
Boner with a capital O.
Grogu. But hey, you know, he seems pretty powerful with the force now. You know what would make this episode last 5 minutes? If that son of a bitch Luke Skywalker taught him how to force choke motherfuckers. Because like Luke force choked in the last episode, in the last season finale, right? If over these quote unquote last 2 years, if Luke Skywalker taught Grogu how to force choke people, this fight could have been done in like 5 minutes.
Well, I'm wondering if the Inquisitors might show up in season 4 because they're supposed to be hunting down like any remaining Jedi, right? So Grogu will be one of them.
I think one episode. So let's get into it, right? So blah blah blah. They do some stuff. All right. Emotional boner. I'm just gonna write everything in boners from now on as I get older. It's not.
Major gives it 1 boner up.
One. Yeah.
Same as 2 thumbs up.
I give it 3 thumbs up. Yeah, exactly. Dude, the feels. So I mentioned this couple. I'm about to be a father, right? Mando. Right, adopting Grogu. The heart feels.
See, I thought he already had though.
I did too.
I thought he did too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess.
He was kind of just trying to make it. So
I thought they were gonna.
No. You are macking on this girl. You're talking to this girl. You're texting this girl. You're sleeping with this girl. You're having a great fucking time, right? And then 3 years into the relationship, she's like, I want to make you my boyfriend. And that's what you get basically.
Well, I was thinking like they were like opening up the plot thread for season 4 where they look for Grogu's parents.
No, I'm so happy. No, dude, I was so happy. She's like, you have adopted this foundling, and now you, much like when you were a foundling, need to go off and explore the universe. Dude, I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I was like fist bumping. I was like, yes, season 4 is gonna be it's gonna be back to Fetch Quest and Monsters of the Week. Like, fuck yeah, dude. I don't want my bounty hunter I've said this before. I don't want my bounty hunter television show to have plot lines. Like, you leave that for Ahsoka. Give me a Bo-Katan show. Let the Mandalorian be a bounty hunter, be a badass every week for 10 weeks of my life, every year, where he explores the Star Wars universe and he fucking kills guys in amazing costume and makeup. That's all I fucking want. I'll give you $10 Disney the rest of my life. You do that.
People are worried about Bo-Katan taking over, basically. Like, in the show and...
Right? Yeah. Give her own show. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Let Grogu take over.
But that hallway scene, they redeemed it a little bit, I'd say.
Dude, that hallway scene, it's like that hallway scene's like number 3 for me. I would put the number 1 hallway scene is Rogue One, Star Wars, Darth Vader, right?
Number two, Daredevil.
Number 2 is Daredevil. Exactly right. Number 2 is Daredevil, and number 3 would be this quote unquote hallway scene.
Yeah. Well, I think we pretty much.
I'm glad you guys agree with that. Are you guys excited for
IG-11's back? That was another note.
Well, let's manage our expectations.
I'm sorry.
Let's manage our expectations because we're having a writer's strike. We'll see if we get season 4 anytime soon.
No, the writer's strike. Oh, guys. Listeners, like, subscribe, follow us, give us a 5-star review, tweet us at Ziza Podcast, whatever. Fuck all of that.
But the good news is,
go to ChatGPT, start writing your own season 4 scripts now, and start tweeting them at Marvel. Right? I love it if you guys subscribe to us, but what I really care about is coming out with a great season 4 to shit on for the listeners.
So another 100 episodes of this.
Yeah, like us, subscribe to us. That'd be fantastic. But really, start submitting those scripts ASAP. because we gotta get this content ship right.
Well,
you're right, Forrest. Here's the next 100 episodes.
the good news is that there's a lot of other Star Wars shows that are already complete that are coming out, like Ahsoka. Have we talked about the trailer? Orange lightsabers.
Yes. What is all right? So, because all the listeners are not in our personal group text chat message, right? The trailer dropped, and we are in our group chat. We have different schedules, we have different lives, so we're very conscious of the spoilers that we give to each other. I.e., we try not to spoil anything. So all I texted when I saw that, and I woke up early as shit, and I saw that, right? I just texted OMG orange question mark exclamation mark question
Orange,
mark.
my God.
Like orange, like what the fuck? Dude, I've never seen an orange lightsaber in my entire life. Like, what does this mean?
Wait, wasn't there one at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, or was that a yellow one?
I think it was yellow.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen an orange lightsaber.
Are you excited for a new Rey movie? Sorry, I couldn't say it with a straight face.
Oh,
Are you excited for a new Rey movie?
Rey, 15 years in the future. Sure. No, not at all. Fuck no.
Are you all excited to see Grand Admiral Thrawn in live action?
No. Yes, actually, yes, I am. So here's my problem with the next trilogy, right? The sequel trilogy. First off, that name's gonna be fucking terrible. But Rey, who is Ridley Scott? No, Ridley Scott. Daisy Ridley.
Yes.
All right. Pedro. No. The black
Moon
guy,
Knight.
Poe Dameron, and the
Oscar Isaac
and the other guy,
John Boyega,
right?
Boyega,
Sorry,
yeah.
those three, right? They all fucking shitted on the last two movies, right? There's an episode where John Boyega and Pedro Pascal, like Kirkland, Pedro Pascal, Poe Dameron, an interviewer asked, was like, are you guys looking forward to, or do you guys want to come back to the Star Wars franchise? And they just both started fucking like busting out laughing, and I don't blame them, right? Like Rian Johnson, the last of the Jedi was terrible, and look, I loved Rise of the Skywalker for all the wrong reasons. Fucking tweet at me, Zeitgeist Podcast, if you want to. I fucking loved it. My favorite reason is because it made my wife fall in love with Star Wars. All right, so get the fuck out of here, right? That's all that fucking matters. Now I can watch Star Wars anytime I want to in front of my wife. Because why? Because she started liking Star Wars on episode 9. All right, so I don't give a fuck about anything anyone else says. I can now watch Star Wars in my living room instead of my man cave. So thank you, J.J. Abrams.
Well, Tip, did you read any of the Heir to the Empire books?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
yeah, we can. Can you hear us?
And the NSA can too. So make sure you say hi to them.
Yeah, don't tell them where that prune juice is stashed, unless you have a license for it.
Unless it's WMD in Iran, right?
Unless it's tax prune juice. Yeah. So Ahsoka's coming out. The Acolyte, the Skeleton Crew show, Secret Invasion. That's not Star Wars, but it takes place in space or involves aliens. So
let's do it.
Basically, Star Wars.
What year did we get Star Wars Marvel crossover? 2045, 2055, 2065? What year are we talking about here?
Well, how many Marvel actors or Star Wars actors are going to be in the new Secret Invasion and vice versa? Well, Jude Law is going to be in the Skeleton Crew show, and he was in Captain Marvel, that movie.
Yeah, he was.
So I don't know. We'll just see. I mean, Disney could. I mean, I'm sure they want to keep them separate just to not piss people off, but it's probably more. I think.
Did you hear about? Speaking of keeping them separate, did you hear about James Gunn? Someone asked him about if Marvel and DC would ever collaborate together, which
means he's predicting Disney buying WB, which might be the case because WB seems to be making awful and more terrible decisions.
I said that 10 episodes ago. That's a callback to you calling me out for what you said 1 episode ago with the Dark Saber. Warner Bros. Yeah. Oh, and now actually, financial analysts on Wall Street are speculating that Warner Bros. Is going to be bought out. They don't know by who, but they put a buyout.
Hopefully Universal. Hopefully Universal, which Universal should have bought Marvel. I mean, what else could it be? I mean, besides Paramount. Paramount can't afford WB.
Who does Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos bought MGM. What is that?
They have RoboCop and James
Bond. That's Bond and James Bond.
And RoboCop and the Thomas Crown Affair, whatever that is. Like MGM has like nothing. I think they have like this really crappy. Yeah.
You know what they do have is an iconic lion roaring at the beginning of a movie, of which I can literally not remember a single one. Maybe Wizard of Oz. But like besides the lion, I haven't seen the lion roar in years, to be honest. Or based on my sheen memory.
Wonder how they got a line to roar on cue. They use a butt plug.
MGM has a ton of.
That's a good note to end that on.
So all right. So that's our show.
Yeah, ZZL podcast, motherfuckers. Find us on
Next
Twitter.
week will be our
Let us know what you think.
official 100th episode because that's what's going to show up on Spotify.
What do you guys want to?
of the
You guys,
podcast.
all right, so let us know.
Well-
I have been trying for 3 days. I want us to get tanked. 100 episodes is a big fucking deal. With my closest friends, like lock yourself in the closet, grab yourself a 24-pack of anything but Bud Light. Be topical here, and then let's just get fucking hammered and let's go over the whole entire Star Wars franchise.
Or-
the
or-
MCU.
What we could do, we could talk about Mob Psycho 100, which is what I've been trying to get you guys to watch. I'm watching season 3 right now. It's really, really freaking good and
But
funny.
What
But it has
is-
100
what
in the
is that?
title though. It's by the same guy who makes One Punch Man.
Okay, but is there? All right, can we even watch the 3 seasons in 7 hours?
They should be on Hulu. So
Oh.
in 7 hours, you got like more than that until next week.
Oh no, I'm saying is like we're gonna do a whole podcast. Like we're gonna do a 100th episode. We're gonna do a long ass fucking podcast. We're gonna get fucking hammered and drunk, and we're gonna break down one of our favorite fucking pieces of IP. Right. So
Venture
what I'm
Brothers.
asking is, yes, I can watch 3 seasons in a single week. I have been afforded that luxury thanks to the United States Air Force.
You're going to want to because it's a great show.
But I'm asking, can we then talk about it for 7 hours? Because we can talk about Star Wars for 7 years,
Well,
about-
maybe
MCU for 7 days. All I'm asking is, can we talk about this show for 7 hours?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if anything else is coming out between now and next week. Is there
Porn?
like a new?
There's a lot of porn coming out between now and then.
Maybe there's is Dungeon? No. Is there any movies? Fast 10, I think. Guardians
Have you guys
3?
seen Mario yet?
No.
Oh, I can watch it.
Dude, I want to see Mario so bad.
I wanna
Mario
see
sounds
Mario.
so
Haven't
good.
Haven't I endured enough of Jack Black this year, Major?
I've
No!
heard good things.
He's
I
enough.
love Jack Black.
All right, dude, I'll tell you what.
I think
so
that was
Jack
the,
Black.
the main thing holding me up at one.
Ryan Reynolds cannot. Ryan Reynolds just plays Ryan Reynolds. Jack Black just plays Jack Black. I'm calling on
He
Taika
is the
Waititi
same
to
character. in every movie.
write a movie where Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds and Jack Black plays Jack Black. But so the fun thing is, from my wife's side, when she got pregnant, we didn't know the gender of the baby. She always called the baby a peanut.
Jack Black.
That's from
What?
her side of the family. Some fucking weird bum shit, whatever. I don't care. She called it peanut. That's weird, but that's her life and that's my amazing wife. So I called it peanut too. I also called my ginger an it. I also called my unborn baby an it. Like the entire time I didn't know the gender, without any hatred in my heart. All right, that's just being a father.
Wait, you know the gender already?
I know the gender now. It's a girl. So as soon as I found out it was a girl, I'm not calling a girl a peanut. I was like, what about Peaches? So I started calling her Peaches. And then
No.
2 weeks later, Jack Black
Yeah,
comes
the
out with the
gender
song
reveal
Peaches.
party.
And it's like, Peaches, 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 Peaches,
Wait,
Peaches. Dude,
Isn't that a
I'm
President of the United States song?
Did he actually do
Go
that
into
in
the country.
He did.
and eat
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of
The
peaches.
Peaches. That's the president night. Yeah, it's exactly. So I was bummed because
Nature's candy.
That was the only Peaches song I could play beforehand. And my wife, as cool as she is, isn't President of the United States cool. Let's be honest, right? So she wasn't aware.
She's
of this
lump.
song.
She's lump. That's all. That's all I remember that song. So
That's all you should remember before you switch over to He's Gump.
Geico.
He's Gump. He's Gump. He's in his head. Wait, fuck. Now I think about it, was that even Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah, it was.
Was it because all of LimeWire said every parody with Legs Wide Open? All
That's
the
not Weird
parodies
Al.
Were Weird Al, but they're not Weird
Yeah.
Al.
Legs wide open. Legs wide open. Why does God smoke cannabis? And Weenie in a Bottle are not Weird Al.
Oh, we need a bottle. Oh, okay. So that's funny. All 4 of those songs were introduced to us by
Or
Boris
what if?
as
What
Weird
if?
Al
Yeah.
songs. We need a bottle. Who wrote We Need a Bottle? That's
Because
a
he was the
Grammy hit.
like forefather of parodies.
That's
Well,
like
he said like
Grammy
most
right
of his
there.
parodies are like family friendly-ish. I mean, some of them, aren't. Like
Yeah,
remember in
like
Amish,
a
remember in
Surgeon.
Amish Paradise where like a hot girl walks by and he's like churning butter, he starts churning faster.
Oh my god, it's so impressive that last scene though, where he had to do everything in reverse. Lip
Oh my
sync
god,
and all.
how he record, dude.
That's
he
impressive.
Who, Jack
recorded
Black?
it backwards. It's
No,
so impressive.
Weird Al on Amish Paradise at the end of the video.
Oh,
It
Make
plays
everything
backwards.
to make everything look like it's in reverse except him. Everything was running normally, but he was walking backwards and talking in reverse. He learned how to
it's
say
easier
it
to
in
make-
reverse.
It's easier to make Weird Al walk backwards than it is to make a sheep walk backwards. So he had to learn.
Yeah,
the
because they had the
entire verse
horses and everything.
in reverse language, dude. It's so fucking impressive, Rob.
Because that's impressive when I heard
Go on YouTube, watch this 3-4 minute video of Weird Al breaking down the last scene of Amish Paradise. It's so good. You're right, absolutely
Okay.
right, Robbie. Pure talent.
Well,
Speaking of pure
I think
talent, you can find us on Z's podcast
Yep.
on Twitter.
we're well over an hour, but yeah, this was fun. 100 episodes, officially 100 next week.
Ish.
So yeah, we'll find out what we're gonna do next week. And if you've been listening with us, listening to us since the very beginning, thanks for sticking around. And we hope to be around for 100 more episodes because they're just going to keep on churning out. Marvel's going to keep out churning out
We'll see.
Star Wars.
Yeah, we'll see as the shows keep coming. We'll keep talking about it.
We got Andor season 2 to look forward to, and I think they're done with that, or at least they're done writing it. This guy
Yo,
done.
I heard Andy. I know we're wrapping this up, but real fast. Andy Serkis coming back for season 2 of Andor. Is this a flashback, or are we going to get an Andy Serkis arc, or is he going to be a motion capture actor, and we all have blue balls for Andor season 2? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be any of those things, but yeah,
He's so good. He was so good in Andor, guys. Go if you haven't watched Andor. You don't need to watch all of it. I'm
Okay.
not going to try to convince you to watch Andor, but the prison break episode of Andor, I showed that to my wife. Sans alone, like sans everything. She didn't watch any other episode. We watched the intro, or we watched the recap, the intro, and then the episode.
It was very good.
She loved it.
And
It was
and-
dude, Andy Serkis, fucking.
they
is
should
the
rename
best
the
actor.
show.
So
just rename,
yeah,
just rename the show Andor Circus.
they should. Oh, that's a good joke too.
And
They
that's a
should
great way
rename
to end.
acting. They should rename acting as circusing. That's, to be honest, like to emote is to circus.
Okay. Well, that's a great way to end our show, sort of. So I'm Forrest.
I'm Den Major.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Ted.
And we'll
We
be here
them
next
boys.
week, hopefully.
We them boys.
Peace.
I didn't island boys.
Oh, somehow he left, but didn't.
He left and it's still
end it.
recording. That's so weird. I was like, I'm an island boy.